more spectacular.
This isn't a fireplace, is it?
Well, it was at one time. The fireplace is still there.
Oh, way back
Set
there.
in.
I see. Uh huh.
This would be a very warm space.
Yes, it would. And I'm sure that it was much sought after in the winter months in Ireland. But all of this silver here and there belonged to the Rodman family, who built the Brooklyn Bridge. Now, what did they have to do with Ashford? Not a blessed thing. This was simply available at auction. It was the Coleman family who purchased the silver service. This is also only about a third of it.
Yeah.
The tea cutlery, it's still intact. They are two
Kind of gorgeous ceiling.
and it's the one that the Guinness can use for 20
Who's in charge of dusting everything?
Sally.
You know her by name.
I do, absolutely.
Here we have the
A lovely
biggest
lady.
fireplace.
I'm videoing you,
Good
sir.
strong arms. There
I'm
we go.
videoing you.
I accept it.
We'll send this back to all the Tampa Circle.
Oh,
Say-
please do.
say hi to
Please do.
Gail.
Hello, Gail. How are you?
As an example.
Or Susan, or
Yeah.
we could go on and on and on, of course. Bob Sutter. Let's see. Bob.
Bob's your uncle?
That's what I've heard. Hey, how are you? I'm very good, thank you so
All right, so this is the Wexford chandelier.
much. It is not.
It's not. This is the lesser.
This is. It's actually, I think, I would say the greater, but the others outnumber it, and therefore they sort of overwhelm the value of this individual.
You're now part of his retirement video.
Right.
Congratulations.
Oh, Robert just asked me. He was like, "Do you know Michael?" And I said, "No," because I didn't think of it. And then he said, "This is my name." And I was like, "Oh no, I did met him. I have met him."
There you go. Cheers.
Time. Okay.
Oh, time to retire the iced coffee.
Friends of Mike's, you definitely drink.
Yes, yes.
Well, thank you everyone for being here and doing this. Oh my gosh.
So, Mike, everybody signed the bottle for you.
Fantastico.
When we wrote GV 1923,
Right.
one of the young girls said, "Was he born in 1923?" But 19 was the year you started.
Aye, it was.
23 was the year you finished.
Perfect. That's exactly right. That's
It took
right.
us a week to figure out that. But the GV is for
George V, I'm
well
guessing.
done, well done,
Thank
and
you.
AC is
I'm going to guess Ashford Castle.
Ashford Castle.
Perfect. There we go.
So it's not full.
Well, that's
So because we
disappointing.
didn't want you to open, we want you to keep it up on your bottle.
Oh,
press
this will be a handsome keepsake
forever.
of my
Nicholas has
time
something
here.
for you as well.
What? Nicholas?
Yeah.
Come on now. Uh-oh. I see wood.
Oh, man.
Wood. I'm not giving you wood.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you very much, Nick. I appreciate that very much.
You want to open them up and see what they are?
Oh, I would love to, but I wasn't sure that that would be kosher. But I appreciate it.
Maybe it's
I
full
didn't
of.
believe me this was going to be my last day.
We still don't believe you. Apparently you're doing a wine tasting tomorrow.
That's actually true, so.
As a
So
customer.
Mike was our first
There
juice
we go.
sommelier.
There we go.
We think
That's
he's
right.
the first juice sommelier in the world.
I defined that position. Ooh. Oh! Ooh, Ballyhoo. So Irish whiskey and two fantastic wines.
Irish wine and Irish whiskey.
And a Leoville Barton. I love it. So,
So we got
Barton, of course, this is a French wine from the Bordeaux region, but Barton is an Irish name.
So Mike,
my gosh.
we got you a sippy cup. So Brigi won't know what you're drinking.
Perfect.
So it's an Ashford Castle cup. Now, it has
there
a
you go.
glass top, but you can spray it out.
Oh, that's all right. That's I will indeed.
Now, we got you a luggage tag.
Okay.
That we
In case
want,
I ever have some luggage.
so we want Brigi to loop it into your pants. in
That's a
case
good
you get
idea.
lost.
That's
So
right.
we're
Good
gonna
found.
So people can
Please return to.
And this is for all your pension cards. Okay, you've got your naval pension,
I've got my free travel right now.
you've got your free travel, Ashford Castle.
Oh, that's delightful. Thank you so very much.
So Mike is from Berg. We don't know which Berg. There's so many Bergs in Virginia, but anytime you mention a guest to Mike's from Virginia, what part, I just say it's a Berg. Some sort of burger.
Okay, so,
Burger it is.
I know where it is.
Fredericksburg?
Fredericksburg, exactly, but
Gotcha.
also Williamsburg
Also
and also near Blacksburg.
Yeah,
So
so-
there are a lot of birds. It's like Kill here, you know, Shiva.
Yeah.
How many kills do you have?
And Mike was in the Navy for a long time. I always say to the guests he shot more people than anybody else. They look a bit shocked, but that's what he was doing fishing photographer. And he got to tell
Robert loves that joke.
he got to tell Prince Albert from Monaco
That's right.
that he remembered docking in Monaco one day, and he actually took the official photograph
I did.
that he proudly has in his
In
his principality.
billiards room.
In his principality. Well, Mike, thanks for all your service.
Oh, thank you very much, Robert. I
Not just in
appreciate
the Navy, but and we look forward to you coming back when we're busy.
it.
Apparently, you're only a phone call away.
Yeah, it's a phone call and
Free
a
bus
3-hour
ride.
bus ride. There, exactly right.
You know?
Well, thank you all very, very much. It's been an absolute pleasure these last 4 years, and I count many of you among my good friends. The best to all of you in your continued success, too.
Here, here.
And that's it, I guess, huh?
There you go.
All right, fair enough.
Are you going to keep doing your podcasts?
I haven't done any of those for a while because, you know, nobody subsidized.
But you should. You should. All right. Thank you very much for everything.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Enjoy and Mike's in for dinner tonight. If any of you want to pass by, tonight,
That's right.
Mike's in for dinner.
Or pass
He's going to
out.
be sitting on table 4 in the window. I hope they're giving you a good deal, Mike.
30% off.
Oh, wow. Although if you're finished today.
Well, you know, they may have to fine me for the 70%. I don't know. Very good.
There you go.
All right, now it's awkward.
Yeah, well,
There you go. Absolutely. Thank you. L'chaim.
And Ella's finishing today too.
Yes.
It's Ella's last day, but she's not retiring.
Cheers, Al.
Well, she that's what's more wisely. Hell, I don't know. I had no
Making
idea.
it weird, Robert.
But we always are saying you have to leave to come back, so don't be sad. We're not
Fair
sad
enough.
you're leaving.
Fair
We
enough.
hope you come back.
Well, you know, I never say never. Let's just say that.
it's like that country and western song, How Can I Miss You If You Won't Go Away?
That's right, exactly. And I want you all to miss me.
We're playing Campbell's song, I'm not going to miss you.
Huh? I don't know that song by me. I know Glenn Campbell. I know Glenn Campbell.
Yeah, we wrote a song.
All right,
It's
fair
about
enough.
Alzheimer's, I'm not going to.
Oh, right, right.
It's the last one he done.
Thanks for everything.
Absolutely.
Just enjoy it all now.
There you go.
It's been a pleasure, man. All the best, all right?
Thank you. And best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well.
Thank you.
And you're not going to Adair.
We'll talk.
I dare you to come there.
We'll talk.
Okay, fair enough. As I said, never say no.
Their juice trolley is electrified.
Now we will talk.
Got a room for everything.
Just go home with behind with the remote control. One juice. No.
The musty smell,
Indeed.
2 levels down, passing the elaborate stairwell. And look who we have.
Dust and mold, it's me. Michael, good to see everybody again here.
On your retirement day.
On literally my retirement
The
day.
final tour
That's right.
of the wine cellar.
And the final countdown.
Yes.
So, this space that we're in here was not originally a cellar, but originally an egress for staff in and out. They had to come in and out through a tunnel that was excavated about 300 years ago. At the same time they excavated the tunnel, they also excavated 2 large rooms, one on either side that parallel the tunnel.
Uh-huh.
And those were used for coal and peat storage back when it was just fireplaces that were the only source of heat in the castle.
The servants weren't to be seen coming and going.
That's correct. That's right. One was not to stride the grounds visibly. So you had to duck in, ooze in underground like oil, and then seep into your place later on.
Stride the grounds visibly.
That's right.
That's from volume 1 of the employee handbook.
That's right. Ixnay on the eiding strain, as they say. It's right there. So there used to be a door right here. You can see where the door pegged into the sides there. And this tunnel facing would open up, face the door. This was exposed to the weather. And staff would come along, open their door, and go inside.
Okay.
And it was used for that purpose up through and continued through the time of the Guinnesses. And when the Guinnesses sold the place in 1939, that's when they converted the castle to use as a hotel, and that's when they stopped requiring people to come in and out underground. So this space down here just went unused for a long time. It lay fallow, as we like to say. And though Robert Bowe, the gentleman you guys met just a little while ago, the very tall gentleman, who called me in. It was his idea that this space down here might be converted for use as a hotel, as both a showcase rather and a storage area for wine. And so he tried to convince a couple of owners, and they said, no, that's way too expensive. And then when we were sold for the last time in 1989, I'm sorry, not 1989, 2013, the new owners, who are a family of hoteliers from South Africa, decided that they would foot that bill for that expense, as they were going to do a significant renovation all over the castle anyway. And so they've turned this into this wonderful wine
So
space.
South African owners at present,
That's correct.
no longer the Guinness. Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
The Tolman family,
All right.
exactly.
All right.
So they enclosed this space. They built that staircase that comes down. This was just a set of passageways here. And I'll come on down here,
All right.
and I'll show you
Right.
what's going on. Now there are a couple of steps here, so please be careful.
Okay.
So I'll take you here into one of the larger rooms. Now again, these rooms were full of coal back in the day. And in fact, when they did the renovation in 2013, there were still 2 tons of coal that were down here, even though it was decades old at that point. So we have about 10,000 bottles altogether, about 850 different labels that are on the wine list.
That's some pricey champagne right there.
There sure is. That's Dom Perignon.
Of a certain vintage.
Well, all Dom Perignon is vintage champagne, so yes.
Okay. And just for laughs, 1 bottle served here.
Depending on the vintage you get, but they would range anywhere from $500 to $900 a bottle. Is about
Wow.
the range.
Wow.
Now, I do have bottles that go as much as 8,000 euro. I said dollars, I meant euro
Yeah.
earlier. That would be one of these. Chateau Petrus. Anyone who knows wine will be very familiar with this bottle. Or should be, I hope. If I can
Don't
get this
rush.
out. Well, that's all right. Yeah, that's right. Oops, I dropped it. No, that's terrible. Okay. Sometimes these things just don't want to slide out of here very gracefully. Anyway, so Chateau Petrus,
8,000.
Grand Vin from the right bank of Bordeaux in the near the Saint-Emilion region, Pomerol. And this is a Merlot-based Bordeaux, and is always highly thought of, even in the years when it may not be at its very best, but even at its lowest, it is a cut above most wines that are out there on the market.
And I see 2006.
This is an 06, that's right. Now
So I would have had it in my head that an extremely expensive wine would be an extremely old bottle of wine.
Well, I'm sorry, I did show you the 06. The one that I have for 8,000 euros is the same label, but it's 1983.
Oh, okay. All right.
So,
Well, I'm going
thanks, Tom. Thanks for pointing that
I'll
out.
show this to a wine connoisseur, and he'll ding you. Yeah. But still, this is stunningly impressive.
Oh, thank
It
you
really
very
is. It
I
really is.
have 2 cases of wine down here. I'm sorry, just one case, I guess now.
Uh-huh.
That's all right. The 2010 vintage of Opus 1. This belongs to Rory McIlroy. It doesn't belong to us.
Okay.
He brought it in here for his wedding when he got married here at the castle, and
He's
there
the
was
golfer.
a little bit of leftover wine.
Uh-huh.
He still comes in from time to time, and we, we'll pour his
Save it
own
for him.
wine for him.
Uh-huh. And what's the corking fee on that?
0 for Mr. McIlroy.
Okay.
Normally €35, but that's a
Okay.
good question. Tom.
Here we go.
It's funny, the more you can afford to pay a corking fee, the less likely we are to charge it.
Right.
It's crazy. There you are.
This is an interesting style of bottle here.
I don't think that that's actually an authentic bottle. I
Uh-huh.
think that's a reproduction of something.
Uh-huh.
Come on down here, and we'll take you all the way down the tunnel.
All right.
It's over on this side that we do the showcasings. We do wine tastings, we do wine dinners, that sort of stuff over there.
Oh, look, they're all lined up and ready to go.
Indeed. Well,
Uh-huh.
I actually have to set up 2 wine tastings for a little later today.
Uh-huh.
Got some steps here again.
All right.
Please be careful. I want to return all of you in unbroken condition. This, by the way, right here, this was the coal chute back in the day.
Okay.
If you could push that plate up, you'd be in the parking lot. And back in the day, a
Uh-huh.
wagon would come along and
Close this?
coal down. Now, I will. No.
No,
Thank
okay.
you very much for the question. As we get closer, it's a sort of a Wonka-esque forced perspective. The floors are going to get closer together.
Uh-huh.
You will have to bend over. I have to bend over.
Okay.
I have to scrape my head along here.
All right.
It is unpleasant.
I don't have that problem.
We sometimes get live bats down here. They tend to hang out in this little area. Get them, they'll just be hanging down and kind of stuff. No bats today. No bears. These set of hatched bars, though, did cover what was once the staff entrance. We bricked it over as part of the renovation that we did a few years ago, but they couldn't use this entrance right here. They had to use this one because we're right under a gate. And this opens up into a burn right at the moat right in front of the gate. And that one, of course, they have to stride through the gate. The background. We don't want any striding. Ixnay on the eiding stray.
Are you taking us out? No.
No.
You're showing us. Okay.
Yeah, no, sort of course, that's the one you would have walked through. That's the
Uh-huh.
gate that you would have walked through.
Yeah.
That gate was built in the late 19th century, and this gate predated that by a significant number of years. In 1905, the Prince of Wales was going to come to Ashford for a week-long shooting party, as they did in that day.
Uh-huh.
So they put the Guinnesses on the horns of a dilemma, because the gate through which the road through which this gate here connected to the outside world went through the middle of Calm town. And in 1905, the affection for the British monarchy was really low.
Yeah.
It would only be 11 years later that the proclamation would be written, which is
For independence.
their Declaration of Independence,
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
right. And the war essentially would start with England, which the Irish eventually wrested their
Independence.
independence,
Yeah.
with the exception of the 6 counties in the north,
Mhm.
which were partitioned. Any rate, we don't need to go into all that, but the point is that because they did not want to bring the prince to this gate, they had to build a large gate out there by the road so they could bring him in directly, and then go through what is now the golf course, but what was at that time a deer park.
Uh-huh.
For his safety.
Just for him.
For his safety and,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
And comfort.
comfort there. Welcome to our wine tasting arena here in Ashford. We're in the cellar. This is one of 2 rooms that we use for showcasing wine, where guests can select a variety of wine tasting options, and then they'll have someone like myself to sort of guide them through it and talk to them about the experience that they're having.
So this is seats 10, I see.
Yes. Now
Right.
it's rare that I would have anywhere near that many people. Most of the time, I'm doing 2 or 3 or 4 people.
Okay. And so they,
But it can't exceed 10. You're right.
and you bring out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bottles of wine? It's
4 bottles every time. It's always the 4 bottles you get depend on the selection of the experience that you've chosen.
and what they don't finish, they take with them.
No.
No, really?
We have a device that allows us to tap into the bottle, and we pour about a half glass of each of the 4 wines, and that's theirs to taste.
And then what's left it remains
Remains in the bottle.
Seal it again.
as if corked.
That's right.
As
This
if
device right here allows me to tap in directly to the wine.
Oh, I see. So
It actually has a hypodermic needle.
Through the cork.
That
Through the
inserts gas that puts pressure in the bottle. The gas that uses is argon, so it doesn't interact with the wine. It's a noble gas. And then when I let go of this valve, the pressure inside forces wine out through here into someone's glass.
And then what's left is still considered corked and sellable.
That would not sellable,
Okay.
except by the glass. We would not
Yes,
sell
of
that in the
course,
bottle,
right,
of course, 'cause
right.
but yes, in that sense. But yes, it is still consumable. It is not damaged by using this device.
But before the invention of that device, that wine would have been spoken for.
That's right.
That half bottle.
That's right.
Interesting.
Which is why there's now a proliferation of high quality
Wine
bottles
bars, yeah.
that are available by the glass.
Interesting.
Except for the €8,000 one. Yeah.
Well, actually, we do that with other glass too. But it's part of a wine. We use that as part of a wine tasting. That's €1,000 per person.
And are these bottles here kind of decorative, or they're little?
Those are now decorative. Yeah, they've all been opened at one time here or another here at the castle. But because those are fun bottles, high-end bottles, meaningful bottles in many ways, we keep the empties there just to sort of on display.
And does someone have to go through and dust all of these, or is this
Well,
area
inventory
kind
is
of?
done once a month, and then there's enough agitation of the bottles that dusting is not required.
Right. This is for you, Travis. This is some kind of multiple person golf cart with an air-conditioned interior. So it would kind of drive like a golf cart, but it's golf cart seats all the way to the back, each with its own little entrance, which is locked. Anyway, it just struck me as a real strange vehicle for getting the wealthy golfers around without getting their hair mussed. And it drives on the right, the way autos do here. I'm going to try and figure out the make and model. All right, it's sort of a mystery brand. But there is your grand golf cart for Irish golfers. Thanks for watching. Say goodbye.